Well, hello, Tubies. It's Psychic Bob. Woo! It's good to be back with you guys. Well, welcome to Saturday. It's Saturday night, and normally we would have our seance today, but I got to tell you, Psychic Bob today is just burned out. I have been doing so many readings all week, trying to get through all the readings and get out videos every day and deal with all the other stuff I do. It's been a lot. So I'm slowing down a little bit today and tomorrow just to kind of recharge myself. So I'm not going to do a channeling tonight. But I do have a few very important announcements, and we are going to talk a little bit about some spiritual principles from this book called Spiritualism, Principles of Spiritualism. So hang with us, okay? First announcement that I want to make is that we have a new painting released. For those of you who are new, who are new here, every week I release a new painting. I love to paint. It's a hobby, and many of you have said how much you enjoy my art, so I'm sharing it with you. Because to me, art is a spiritual experience. And so I think that we can go to the depth of our humanity, our concepts of reality and all of that. Anyways, I could talk for 6 hours about art, but suffice it to say that there's a new artwork up. So I'm going to reveal it to you tonight. Dun, da, da. Okay, you ready? That's the back of the artwork. This is, my painting's actually done on canvas with acrylics. So, you ready for it? All right, here it is. Here is my new painting. Now, this is titled, the name of this painting is called Void. And as I said, it's done on canvas with acrylics. And I was kind of thinking of like the black holes in space, or the kind of the other side of the cosmos where there may be giant holes in space. Anyways, it's called Void. And if you like modern abstract art, you might want to get a copy of this. You can get a free downloaded print of this painting at my website at PsychicBob.com. So go over there and you'll scroll down. You'll see midway down the page this picture, and it has instructions how to download it. So you can get your own copy. You can print it out. You can frame it. It might make a wonderful Christmas or Yule gift. Give people a copy of this modern art, especially if you have somebody who's a modern art lover and you think they'd like this. You can get that. So there it is, my newest artwork called Void. Anyways, I hope you guys like that. So tell me in the box below, do you like my new painting? All right, if you don't like it, that's okay too. I accept that. Not everybody's going to like everything. Anyways, so the other thing I want to share with you is I have a new piece of jewelry. You guys are always saying every day, "Say, God, what are you wearing? Show us your jewelry." Because I'm crazy about jewelry. It's my obsession. I collect jewelry like some people collect, I don't know, bottle caps. But anyways, I'm going to show you my new pendant and tell you about this. This is done in sterling silver. And this is, let's see if you guys recognize it. Some of you will know what this is right away. Especially my British viewers will probably know it. Let's see if I can get back here. This is the Chalice Well. In England, there is a famous well. It's believed to be at the Isle of Avalon. It's down in Glastonbury in southwestern England, right below Wales. And there is a famous well there that was believed to be used by the ancient pagans as a place to connect with the goddess. And nowadays you go down there, they have, the well is still there, they have a peace garden. It's very goddess-centered, very goddess-oriented. And many people who are pagans in the United Kingdom use this symbol to represent that location, the Chalice Well. Now this symbol actually comes from an artwork that was created for the well. Now the well is like a circle like 3 feet in diameter, 4 feet in diameter, and it's an opening into the ground. But at night they put a cover over the well to protect it so no animals fall in or pollution gets in the well. And it's called the well cover. And the well cover was designed in 19 58, I think it was, or 59. And the artisan who did it created this symbol on the well cover. And it's to represent the overlapping of two worlds. It was believed back in the ancient times that at that well area, it was a crossover between the realm of the Fae and the realm of humans. And so, you know, if you've seen the movie Mists of Avalon, they talk about how at Glastonbury that the two worlds merged. And eventually they separate, which is a whole nother story. But this symbol that was designed, this interlocking circles, represents the coming together of both worlds, of the Fey world and the human world. And that well was used as a special and sacred ritual spot. So if you're a pagan, especially if you're in Britain, some of you may not know about this, look up Glastonbury Tour, and you will find about the Chalice Well there. And it was believed that offerings to the goddess were made there. The water that was drawn from the well was holy. It's really a beautiful place, and they still have the well water. They pump it up, and they have like walls with pipes come out, and the water runs fresh, and you can drink the water straight from the well. It's been tested, and it's very pure, and it seems to have a lot of healing qualities. So I'm just curious, you know, tell me below, guys, how many of you have ever heard of the Chalice Well? How many of you have ever seen it? In fact, you know what I'm going to do at the end of the video? I'll put some pictures of the Chalice Well, okay? So I'm just curious about that. You know what? Let's not wait, because I know that some of you will click on forget to watch the pictures. So here, we're putting it in right now. Here are the Chalice Well pictures from Glastonbury, England. How did you like that? Wasn't that amazing? Anyways, for those of you who are my British viewers, I'm curious, have you been there? I want to hear, or even if you're American or any other country, if you have ever been to Glastonbury, to the Chalice Well, I want to hear about it, okay? I have a special interest in this well because it's called the Chalice Well, because I believe that they used to use chalices there to do ritual libations to the goddess. And as keeper of the sacred chalice for the Order of the Purple Cord, I definitely feel like this is a site that is calling to me to visit. So you might see Psychic Bob showing up on the shores of UK going to the Chalice Well. Anyways, I'm wearing the sacred symbol. It's considered a symbol of the ancient goddess as well. So there you go. That's my new jewelry. All right, so you saw my new painting. You saw my new jewelry. Oh, next thing we got to do, contest. Last week, Justice 777, I won't say your name, but she won the contest for a free compact voice reading. Every Sunday from now to after New Year's, I'm going to be giving away free compact voice reading. So if you want to get in on the compact voice reading, put a comment in the comment box below. You know, say you want to enter, or any comment. All the comments in below will be literally drawn from the hat. Where'd our hat go? Oops, I don't have our hat here. Well, I'll get our hat. It's back in the other room. But tomorrow night, I'm going to add all the names in and draw a name. Whoever wins a compact voice reading. Compact voice reading is a new reading that I've started. It's basically you're allowed to email. You email me 3 questions, psychic questions, and then I will take your questions and do a reading that I will record on an audio file, and I will email you the audio file. So you will get a private reading from Psychic Bob on audio file that you can save and listen to and enjoy. I sell those if you're interested in buying them for gifts for people or for yourself. I do sell those. The price for the compact voice reading is $80. And you can get that over at my website or write to me at my email or call me either way. All my contact information will be below. But I am giving away one of those. So we're going to have, a few more of those. We got like 3 more drawings after this one tomorrow. So you've got 3 tomorrows and 3 more chances. Now, let me ask a favor. Do not go in the comments and write 100 different comments thinking you're going to get ahead. I'm only allowing 1 comment per person to be fair, because I know I got some people out there, you're so enthusiastic, you'll fill 1,000 comments in and try to win the contest. It's not by how many times you enter. You only get one entry, okay? So even if you put 10 comments, I'm only going to take one from you for the hat. So that's how we're doing to be fair to everybody. So go ahead, put comments below, and that will be your entry for tomorrow's contest. Now, we'll be back here tomorrow night on Sunday. We're going to do a live broadcast at 7 o'clock, and we'll have the drawing for the free compact voice reading, okay? So there you go. All right, yay. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is, even though I'm not doing a seance today, I did want to share a spiritualist principle with you. This is a book that I got, and it's a British book, actually. For those of you in the UK, you can probably find it. Principles of Spiritualism, and it's written by Lynn G. DeSwarte, or DeSwarte. There it is, Lynn G. DeSwarte, down there by my finger. Principles of Spiritualism. This is really nice because it tells the history of the spiritualist churches, and it breaks down the philosophy, the religion, and the science of spiritualism. And as you know, on Saturday, we always talk about spiritualism. In the past, I have read for you the Principles of Spiritualism of the Spiritualist Church in America, commonly known as the National Spiritualist Association of Churches. Those are those principles that I read out of the Black Book, which was the Spiritualist Manual. That's the American Spiritualist Church. But in Britain, they have their own branch of spiritualism, and the largest denomination of spiritualism is the SNU, which stands for the Spiritualist National Union, SNU. I know a lot of you that are British know what I'm talking about when I talk about the SNU. So if you're looking for a spiritualist church and you're in the UK, you might want to look and see if it's SNU certified, because they're really good, the Spiritualist National Union. They really uphold the principles. They have a very safe church environment. I recommend them. So we're going to talk about the British principles of spiritualism. There are 7 in the British system. Now, this is different than the American. So I want to just touch in on these, okay? So the 7 principles of spiritualism, according to the British Spiritualist Church, the SNU, theirs are a little more brief than the Americans. The Americans tend to ramble, and I get that. I ramble too. Here are the British principles. The particular 7 principles are: 1, and basically you can put the words "we believe." They don't say "we believe," but that's what it means. So basically, number 1, we believe in the fatherhood of God. Number 2, the brotherhood of man. Number 3, the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels. Number 4, the continuous existence of the human soul. Number 5, personal responsibility. Number 6, compensation and retribution hereafter for all the good and evil deeds done on earth. Number 7, eternal progress open to every human soul. All right, so there are the 7 principles of the Spiritualist Church in Great Britain, in the United Kingdom. So I'll touch in on a few of these. You know, the first one, the fatherhood of God. Now, the American church says, they do it a little different. In America, we say, our first principle is, we believe in infinite intelligence. That's the American way of saying we believe in God. The British say the fatherhood of God. Now, there's some current debate within the Spiritualist Church in the UK about changing that principle to be more like the American, because a lot of people feel that this was written at a time when, you know, people were very patriarchal, and now in a more open and inclusive time that maybe we should change that to we believe in God and let it be more open and expansive. Okay. So, you know, I'm not saying that it has to be. I'm just saying that is discussion, okay? Point number 2, we believe in the brotherhood of man. And I think this is beautiful because it means, like, we honor all people. All people are sacred and part of, you know, sacred life. All right. Number 3, the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels. Now, isn't that wonderful? Now, we have something similar in the American, church as well. You know, we basically say in the American version that, we affirm that this is the American principle. America, it's principle number 5. We affirm that communication with the so-called dead is a fact scientifically proven by the phenomena of spiritualism. Okay. And so that's similar to that. So the communion of spirits and the ministry of angels. Basically, there are those who live in the spirit world who come over and help us. Okay. Point number 4, the continuous existence of the human soul. This is also similar to the American belief. Basically, we live forever. We never die, and we have an essence that is eternal. So the continuous existence of the human soul means that nobody ever really dies. Okay. All right. Number 5, personal responsibility. This is really good because I think so many religions in the world absolve people of personal responsibility. And the Spiritualist Church says, well, if you think that you can just live like a hellion and then say 2 words, Jesus, forgive me, and everything's perfect, it doesn't work that way. And they're saying, a lot of Spiritualist churches criticize the Christian church because they say that Christianity absolves people of personal responsibility. And I have to tell you, as a spiritualist and as a Wiccan, I think there's truth in that. So, how you live makes the difference, Now, it's interesting, in the American church, okay, so British church says point number 5, personal responsibility. The Americans sum it up a little different, but it's the same thing. In our tradition, the American, it says number 7 in American tradition. We affirm the moral responsibility of individuals and that we make our own happiness or unhappiness as we obey or disobey nature's physical and spiritual laws. So basically, you create your own joy, your own sorrow, your own heaven or your own hell. And so the Spiritualist Church in Britain recognizes the importance that the quality of our life and how we live does make a difference. And we need to take responsibility for that to grow spiritually. I love that. Point number 6, compensation and retribution hereafter for all good and evil deeds done on earth. Again, you make your own heaven or your own hell. Okay. So you'll pay for it. You go around being a murderer, backstabbing people, being evil, stealing. Guess what? When you die, you're going to be around those type of people and in hostile conditions. This is the thing, is like some psychics, I should say. Some psychics try to tell people, oh, you die, you go to the light, everything's perfect, it doesn't matter. That's not what spiritualism teaches. Spiritualism says, there will be compensation or retribution. What's retribution? That means punishment. So you hear these stories about people say, oh, I died, had a near death, and it was hellish. Well, that's retribution. They're going to a realm that they've created, those environments, by their life. Because, again, going back to point 5, they didn't take personal responsibility. Okay. So, and point number 7, eternal progress open to every human soul. And that means that, even if you are an evil person, you have a chance to reform. And that infinite intelligence, or God, as they call it in the British tradition, will allow you that opportunity. So, there is hope for even the evil people, I saw a video recently on YouTube about life in prison. And some of the people in those prisons are evil. Like, even though they're locked up, they're still vile people and plot to kill people inside prison. And it's, these are people whose mindsets are hellish. And so people say, well, what about them, Well, they'll go to a hellish realm unless they change. But even if they don't change, once they get there, many times, once people go to the spirit world, the shock of that reality gets them, right? So everybody will get a chance, and it's up to them. There's free will, But anyways, I just want to share that because I know I have a lot of British viewers who are curious about spiritualism, and I thought for our American viewers or other countries, it'd be nice to know that there are kind of two different branches of spiritualism. Spiritualism is predominantly in the United States and in Great Britain. And the churches are very similar, but they have a few little, changes in belief, but I think they're very similar, and I want to share those with you today. So if you're in Britain and you go to a spiritualist church and you're saying, wait a second, Psychic Bob read the list of principles on his video. This is different. I thought there were 9, and I'm in this church and they're saying there's 7. That's because I've been teaching the American list of principles. So I thought I'd better educate all my British viewers as well about the 7 points that you'll find in the British churches. Anyways, either way, they're all wonderful, and I agree with all the principles. So henceforth, why I am still a spiritualist, even though I'm also a Wiccan. See, I practice both faiths. So there you go. If you're curious about the history of spiritualism, and we'll touch more in on this, get this book called Principles of Spiritualism. And it's written by Lynn G. de Swarte. There's her name. All right. Well, guys, listen, that's all I've got for you tonight. I'm really tired. I'm trying to rest my voice, rest my energy. Be back here tomorrow, 7 p.m. We're going to do live messages. I'm going to take live questions. We're going to do a night of spirit messages and psychic readings. And we're going to have our drawing for the next compact voice reading. So be here 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 p.m. Pacific time. And that will be midnight London time for our UK spiritualists and 1 a.m. Paris time and continental Europe time. And if you're outside of further east, well, you'll have to check the time where you are. Or in Australia. I don't know what time that is in Australia. I think it's like kind of early Sunday morning in Australia. So maybe Australians can tune in. You guys are the best. Thank you for being here. I love you. Now make sure, pop over my website and get your own copy of Void. You don't want to miss it. It's only going to be up till Saturday. So if you don't get it, you'll miss it. All right. Guys, I love you. Put your comments below. Tell me what you think about the 7 principles. Tell me, have you heard or attended a British spiritualist church? Have you heard about it? Have you been there? I'd love to hear about it. Anyways, thank you so much. I love you. I send blessings to all of you. Thank you for letting Psychic Bob have a break tonight. We'll be back here tomorrow, and we're going to kick butt on doing some readings for all of you. We'll see you then. I love you guys. Blessed be.